Hello, and welcome. Today, we're going to walk through what needs to happen when we acquire a new Sejour XML integration. Everything begins with a delivery email from the Sejour team. It will look very similar to the one you see on your screen right now. In this email, they'll confirm that the integration has been successfully installed. You'll also find some crucial information included, right here. That information is important, but we'll come back to it in a moment. Once we receive this email, there are two actions we need to take on our side. First, we need to create a web user. Second, we need to send some key information to our partner, the operator we're integrated with. So, to sum it all up, we receive the email, we complete these two steps, and once that's done, we're fully set up and ready to start using the integration. So now, let's move forward and see how the web user needs to be defined. First, navigate to Definitions, then Web, and finally Users. Click New, and begin entering the details for our newly integrated partner. The first field is the code. This code must contain only English letters and/or numbers, and it must be written in all capital letters. Next, enter the full name of the partner. After that, define the password and confirm it by entering it a second time. The next important section is this one, where we decide whether the operator can benefit from one special offer at a time or all available special offers. To explain this briefly, when the operator performs a price search, your selection here determines what they receive. If you choose the first option, the operator will receive only one special offer per price search. If you choose the second option, the operator will receive all available special offers. Next, we need to select which operator will actually use this web user. In other words, for which operator we are opening this web user. Here, it's very important to select the correct operator. You can always go back to the delivery email to confirm the operator's name. Once confirmed, return to Sejour and select the correct operator from the list. The next three steps are the same for every web user you define. First, select a default arrival flight. In this Sejour, this is represented by a double question mark. Second, select a default departure flight. Please note, if you do not already have a default unknown flight defined, you must create it in advance under Operation Definitions. And finally, the third and last step is to select the item called Web, like this. Once all of the above is done, we can save our new web user and proceed to the next area we need to take care of, which is the authorities, right over here. This section is used to define what exactly this web user or operator can and cannot do. We start with the authority that allows the web user to perform a price search. To change any selection here, press the spacebar on your keyboard. When an authority is shown in red, it means it's closed and not granted. When it's shown in green, it means it's open and granted. Under price search, you'll see several sub-authorities. These are not relevant for XML integrations, so we'll leave them closed. Next, we have Booking Wizard, which represents the ability to make bookings. In other words, the operator's ability to send us bookings. This is something we will always want to enable, so let's make it green. The sub-authorities under Booking Wizard are relevant, but not all of them. We will enable the first three and the last two only. The remaining ones are not relevant for XML integrations and should be left closed. The first sub-authority, just as the name suggests, controls whether the operator can make bookings during a stop sale. If this authority is closed, the operator will not be able to make bookings while a stop sale is active. If it's open, they will be able to. The same logic applies to the rest of these authorities. If an authority is open, you're granting permission to make bookings. If it's closed, that permission is not granted. It's important to note that even if these authorities are closed, partners will still be able to perform price searches and see prices. These authorities affect only the booking process itself, not price visibility. So, for example, an operator may always see the price during a price search, but whether they can actually complete the booking depends entirely on the authorities you set here. Next, we have the authority that allows the operator to make transfer-only bookings. The logic here is the same. If this authority is open, the operator can make transfer-only bookings. If it's closed, they cannot. The sub-authority here allows the operator to define new flight codes, which will then be automatically imported into your system. Because of this, you should think carefully before granting this authority. It's entirely up to you. Next, we have authorities that allow the operator to access useful reports, such as vouchers and pro forma invoices. You can open these 3 authorities to enable access to those documents. After that, we come to authorities related to common information, such as hotel lists, board names, and similar data. It's generally beneficial to open these authorities so your partner can retrieve all necessary contract information. If the information so far feels a bit fast, feel free to pause the video and go through each authority one at a time. The next 4 authorities, balance report, credit card, change password, and display also booking recorded via B2B, are not relevant for XML integrations and should be left closed. The last one, in particular, should always remain closed, just to be safe. Now, the authority called Able to Cancel is very important and requires special attention. If you enable this authority, your partner will be able to cancel their bookings freely and without notifying you in advance. For this reason, it's usually best to leave this one closed. The same applies to Add Partner Price. If you enable it, partners can set any price they choose. If you leave it closed, they can only make bookings using the prices you provide, without modifying them. Finally, the authority called Multi-Update is purely technical and must always be enabled for all web users. Now, once the authorities are also set, our web user is ready. We can continue with the second step, which is to send some key information to our partner, the operator we're integrated with. These key pieces of information will allow your partner to start using the integration, so let's take a look at what they are exactly. First, we start with the web user code and password we've just defined. Make sure to copy the web user code, not the name, and then the password. Later, paste them into the email you'll be sending to the operator. And again, please pay special attention to copying the user code and not the username. If you're unable to click Show Password to view the password, you can simply log back into Sejour as admin, and you'll be able to view it from there. The second piece of information you need to send is the web service address. You'll find it under the same name in the delivery email, right over here. Copy it and paste it into the same email alongside the username and password. Finally, as the last piece of information, make sure to send your partner the documentation you also received in the delivery email. This documentation will act as their user manual for the XML integration. It contains all the necessary information they might need when performing requests, such as price searches or sending bookings. Once you've sent this email to your partner with these 3 key items, everything is complete, and the integration is officially active. From this point on, no further action is required on your side. All activity, such as retrieving prices or sending bookings, will be handled entirely by your partner. And when it comes to integrations, that's truly the best part. So good luck, and enjoy the simplicity of your XML integration.